Hey, what's going on? It's Bebop here. Today's video is going to be going over a lot of things that a lot of people have been asking in my comments on my videos. What do we need to know starting out as a new player? They were really anxious to get in the game, try the beta this past weekend. A lot of y'all were really excited about that, babe. And now that the beta is gone, y'all have some questions. What should we look for to make money early? What are certain materials in the game? What are, this, that, and the other? And what I'm going to do is start a new character, go over from right when we land on the beach to my mindset of progressing through characters and what you should be thinking when you are running your way up. I've ranked up 6 characters, so let's get into it. Now, right when you get on the beach, I would go ahead and click into the social communication tab. Go ahead and click, trade or direct message. Get rid of all that writing on the side of the screen because that is just a big distraction. It's going to let you know where everybody around you is leveling up. And I couldn't stand that during the beta. That was annoying to hear over and over. Go ahead and get that off your screen so that way you have more view space. Come up here, turn in a quest right here to this guy. Now, when the opening beta or we're already done with the beta. Now, when the game comes out October 15th, it's going to look a lot different than what it is now. This is the live right now. This is how it used to look. Make sure you grab any blue, flaming piece of paper that you see around. You're going to get at least 100 free XP. Starting out, it's 100 XP. Then it goes up to 120, 140, 160, and so on. And you'll be getting a lot more XP as you progress and get in the higher zones. Now, when you get food like this, you can equip it and use it to gain health. You can also use water to gain health. So if you get water while you're in towns, go ahead and put that into that slot. So in case you run out of potions, you can use that. What I was doing here was gathering, at least 5 pieces of flint. Kind of went a little bit crazy. And we get some bushes here because what I want to do when we get over there to turn in our first mission, it's going to want us to craft a skinning knife. How you probably remember collecting bushes. It's going to want you to craft a skinning knife so that way you can craft your logging axe, your mining pickaxe, your harvesting sickle, and your skinning knife all at the same time. So as you're going off into Monarch's Bluff or wherever the mission takes you here, if I see some high sop on the side or whatever it may be, a banana tree, I can go ahead and chop those down, get the green wood, get whatever I need as I'm going. And then later on, we'll rank up those tools so they're better and more efficient. We'll get into that. But right here, you see the logging axe, the mining pick, the harvesting sickle, skinning knife. Now, the fishing pole, I wouldn't even worry about, okay? You're not going to be fishing until way later. You don't need to craft any weapons. Don't look at the long sword and think you need to craft that. But in the tent, you'll always be able to craft alchemist, vials that you can use to create weak health potions. And it will show you what you need if you uncheck the owned. High sop right there and the other resources plus water. You can make those. And those are going to be vials where you can now add other ingredients and make health potions. Now, there are going to be a lot of people starting to rank up on October 15th. I doubt you'll use many health potions. If you were here ranking up right now, where there's not many people around in the starting area or ranking up, then yeah, you would need some health potions because you're going to run into a lot of enemies that are going to take some health from you. But that's what the tent will do. You can create food and all that. Now, majority of the time, you're going to create that in town. So this is just showing you the different materials that you can collect to make your health potions or mana potions. Mana potions is going to be the blue health bar at the bottom of your screen. And that's going to be for any magical weapons. So Ice Gauntlet, Fire Staff, VG, IG, Life Staff, all that good stuff. All right, now we're going to go ahead and craft the skinning knife and the other tools. And then we're going to go claw up some hogs. We're also going to cut down a banana tree. And we're going to get some high sop. Now, with these tools, these are flint tools, very beginning tools. They are super slow. Gathering speed, 200%, okay? Might sound fast, not fast, okay? Not fast at all. So you will see here in a second when I demonstrate how slow it is. So do not spend too much time with these tools gathering greenwood and hyssop and materials. Okay, don't even think about that. You're gonna drive yourself to boredom and be like, this game's boring, I'm just sitting over here farming trees. Yeah, dude, don't think about that. All right, you want to get to the next mission. All right, unless you're trying to save the moment and just take your sweet time, get to the town and start getting the real missions going, and that way you can start getting the better tools and equipment you need to then gather all these resources way faster. Do not waste time chopping down a lot of trees with flint tools. You will hate yourself later on doing that. Okay, when you get done skinning some hogs, it's going to want you to craft some light rations. Now, what I always emphasize is that first craft bonus that you see up top, you always want to take advantage for. This would be the one time to say, nah, don't do that, okay? If you come up here to the journal, you're going to see your main story quest and your side quest areas that you're going to be able to pick up stories on the way. You can always come here if you get lost on what the main quest is and click on the main story and click map, and it'll show you where it's at on the map. So I remember when I first started playing this game, I was like, man, what is the main story quest versus all these side stories? I don't remember which one's which. I just open this, click the map, make sure it's pinned, and it'll show you exactly where it is to get you back on track. When you're ranking up, you do not want to do too many side quests if they're far away. Now, AGS has done a great job of moving a lot of the side quests really close to the main quest. So if you're in town and you see a lot of yellow diamonds, those are side quests. You could pick up those real quick. And if it's near the main story quest, go ahead and do those. They're really quick to do, and they're free, basically XP. They'll be really quick missions to do, and it's just extra XP to rank up. Because if you only follow the main story quest, you're going to progress through that faster than you'll rank up, and you'll end up getting to a place that's going to be too high a level for you to continue. You'll have to go back and do side quests, and you probably wish that you did it on the way up. So here we have activities. This is where you can sign up for expeditions later on in the game. You got trials, outpost rush, which is like a domination multiplayer map. If you're familiar with Call of Duty, basically got 3 points you capture. You'll find out later in the game. You have mutated expeditions, which are very difficult expeditions later on. And you also got companies that you can join or create your own. So if you want to create your own company, recruit some of your buddies, y'all can form your own faction. And once you do that, you can start taking over territories. Benefits of taking over territories: you'll own the town. The taxes will all come to you. You'll have a payroll, so you can pay, your company mates. You make a lot of money, so you can buy gear and all sorts of things. Now you'll have to defend your area, but it's very valuable to own territories. Okay, that's why there are always wars. People want to own territories. They want to get gold, a lot of gold. So look forward to doing that. That's fun. Here are your mounts. You got dire wolves, horses, and lions. A new mount will be coming October 15th. I believe it's a bear. So we'll see when that comes out. Over here you have emotes. It's the store, which I'm sure all you familiar by now with stores in different games. You got emotes, you got skins, you got all sorts of stuff. Do not buy that dance. Good Lord, that's terrible. Oh my Jesus, what am I doing? Oh, push-ups, baby, let's go. Work it out. Right here, you have settings unstuck in case you get stuck somewhere in the map. You can press that button. Obviously, you'll be unstuck. Takes about 15 seconds. You can recall to your inn right there really easily. Exit to the main menu or desktop. You have your social tab over here where you can send friend requests to people and see your whole friends list. In the chat, you'll see global chat, which is everybody just talking to each other about who knows what's going on. Global chat's weird. Area chat, which is the people around you in the area, obviously. Help, if you need any help with anything, you can write in there. People may try to help you. Recruitment, that's if you're recruiting for certain dungeons in the game or certain farming stuff that you're doing. You have trade requests that you can do down there, and then you have direct messages. All right, under that objectives tab, it will show you all your objectives, just same thing as your journal. So I'll skip past that. Right here, the different parts of the areas of the map, the territories, you will rank up the more time you're in those areas, and the more time you do activities in those areas, you get standing ground or standing points, and that's going to help you earn bonuses. So XP gain or extra storage space or less taxes on crafting and the marketplace. So be very careful what you pick on those because they only come around once and you cannot reset those. I go into that later in the video. When you click on those towns, you can see what the recommended levels that you need to be to go in those areas are, who's governing it, which faction is controlling it. Over here with conflicts, you can see invasions. That's corrupted invasions you can sign up for. They're pretty fun. I would recommend signing up for those. You have wars and more invasions. So that's going to give you a schedule so you can write that down, put it into your calendar so you can be there for it if you get accepted to it. But the invasions are fun. Definitely check those out. All right. A lot of corrupted enemies coming at you and you got to defend a fort. Filters right here. You can take off certain emblems on the screen if you don't want all that stuff on your map. I never really use it. I don't think 99% of the people use it. Right here, bio, you can choose whatever this is, him and he or him. You got titles right here, so you'll earn titles as you're playing. You can go ahead and select that. Then on the far right, it'll tell you what territory. Now, as you start to own homes, you will have territory bonuses that you'll find out there, and I'll go over that later in the video. You have weaponsmith mastery, you have attributes, which I'm sure y'all are familiar with this. You pick your skill tree. And then now we go to trade skills. It will show you everything you have ranked up or what you're currently working on. You want to get those, higher levels, and that's going to take some time. PvP track reward, you won't see it yet, but once you get high enough rank and you can start getting involved in PvP, you will have a PvP track to grind, and there are artifacts in there that you can only get through PvP. So you will have to get used to that. There's the achievements tab for all the completionists out there. And now I think we're going to head on up to town or do some missions, and I'll talk about anything important as we get there. Now, when you start to approach enemies and attack them, you will notice their health bar is a normal red, but when you start to attack them or get aggro on them, it becomes a bright lit up red with a bright red bar around their health bar. Now, in the new version, they will have a sign around their head. I don't know how to really describe it. A bunch of lines basically saying they are aggro to you. So that's how you know you have what's called aggro, aggression toward you. So usually a tank would hold aggro in dungeons, but that way when you're fighting, if someone in your group is supposed to be holding the aggro, like you have a tank with you, you end up getting aggro, you can yell at them, I got aggro, like people freak out. Like, so what? Deal with it. You'll learn how to deal with it later on. It's not a big deal. Now, this is part one. And part two, we're going to be going over what to do in town when you come into Monarch's Bluff, or if you're in Windsward. And I will go over the check-in to the hotel. I will go over the trading posts, all the crafting stations, the factions, and much more. So look for that in part two, and I'll see y'all in the next video. If you're new here, I do stream every night on Twitch, or every day on Twitch. So feel free to check that out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like the video, and look forward for the next part. All right, see y'all there.